You're listening to Love Without Lies, real talk about love, sex, and the truth most people are afraid to say out loud. Let's go. I got an email the other day from a man who asked me a question I know so many of you wrestle with. He said, "Teresa, how do I get my wife to have sex with me when she says she's always too tired?" If you've ever been on the receiving end of that line, you know how brutal it feels. It lands like rejection, and after a while, you start wondering, is she really tired or is she just tired of me? I know this one all too well, because in my previous marriage, that was me. I was the one saying it. I had no desire, no energy, no interest, and I used "I'm tired" as my shield. Sometimes I really was exhausted, working, raising kids, juggling responsibility. But if I'm being honest, a lot of times I said "I'm tired" because I didn't feel close to him. I felt worn down, I didn't feel seen, and deep down, I didn't even enjoy the sex we were having, but I didn't know how to say that, and I didn't feel safe enough to share it. So I used "I'm tired" as an excuse. And I know a lot of women listening do the exact same thing. We hide behind it. We tell ourselves we're victims of our own exhaustion or martyrs for all the things we do for everyone else. And then we turn away from our men. But here's the truth. Women, we have to take responsibility too. I had to face this in myself. I had to stop living in that "poor me, I'm so tired" victim story. I had to start asking for help, carving out space for self-care, and choosing to connect with my own sexuality again. Because sex isn't just for him. It replenishes both of you. So men, when you hear "I'm too tired," don't take it at face value. And women, if you're listening, know this. We can't keep using tiredness as a wall. We have to learn how to recharge, how to say what we actually need, and how to meet our partners halfway. I learned this the hard way, and it cost me my marriage. I don't want it to cost you yours. Now, yes, sometimes she is physically tired. Kids, work, stress, hormones, life takes a toll. But "I'm tired" is almost never the whole story. For most women, tired is code for something deeper. It's a softer way to say, I don't feel connected to you right now, and I don't feel turned on. Here's what you need to understand. The majority of women have a responsive sex drive. That means they don't automatically feel turned on at first. They need something to awaken it. There has to be a catalyst, the right touch, the right connection, and the right circumstances. So when she says "I'm tired," what she's really saying is, I'm not turned on right now. Not that she doesn't have a libido, because she does. Trust me, she does. It just needs the right kind of stimulation, connection, and safety to wake it up. And here's the thing. A lot of us women don't even realize this about ourselves. Women assume that because they have a low libido, that they're broken, when in reality, they're just wired differently. They're waiting for desire to show up spontaneously like it does for most men, and when it doesn't, they say things like, "I'm tired." But when men hear "I'm tired," it usually lands like some sort of rejection. And you usually say to yourself, "She's not attracted to me, she hates sex," or "I'm never going to win here, I'll just give up, quit trying, quit asking." But that's not what it means. What she's really saying is, I don't feel emotionally safe or connected enough right now to access my desire. And if you take it personally, that's where resentment builds. Then sex feels heavier and heavier until both of you start avoiding it altogether. So how do you break the cycle? First, you have to accept fatigue and stress are libido killers. If she's running on empty, overcommitted, putting everyone else first, she will default to "I'm too tired." And second, don't fight the words. Instead, think about how you can create conditions where she can actually feel her own desire again. That may mean helping her take a few things off her plate, encouraging her to slow down, or giving her the space to recharge. And third, don't kill me when I say this, but try scheduling intimacy. I know. Scheduling sex sounds like it kills the fun. But we schedule everything else in life. Work, workouts, meals, our kids' schedules. And somehow we just expect great sex to magically happen. When you schedule intimacy, you're giving her time to prepare, to rest, to anticipate. And scheduled sex doesn't have to mean robotic, check the box sex. Think of it as scheduling time to worship each other, to connect soul to soul, to slow down and celebrate each other's presence. Sometimes that means intercourse, but often it's touch, kissing, exploration, and letting the body lead instead of the mind. And fourth, embody your own sexual energy. Women feel your presence more than your words. You don't need to say something to spark intimacy. Sex happens in the body. When you're deeply connected to your heart and you lead from there, she feels it. When your desire is genuine and comes from a place deep inside you, not from pressure and not from resentment, her heart opens. And men, this last one is big. Don't get lost in her victim stories. Women overcommit, exhaust themselves, and then say, "I'm too tired" as a cry for help. You can empathize without buying into it. Part of your leadership is helping her find ways to slow down, take care of herself, and reconnect with her own sexuality. Because sex is not just about a release. It's about knowing yourself, knowing her, and treating sex as a place of worship and her body as a temple, not just a place to ejaculate. When you stop watching porn, when you devote yourself to being fully present, when you open her heart with yours, like it's the last day you have together, she feels that. And when she feels that, she'll open to you in ways you've never experienced. There's no secret formula to unlocking a woman's desire. Your efforts have to feel genuine. Your presence has to come from your heart, and when it does, the excuses fade and the intimacy deepens. So the next time you hear "I'm too tired," don't just take it at face value. Don't get resentful. See it as an invitation to look deeper. Because most of the time, it's not about tiredness at all. It's about whether she feels safe enough, desired enough, and connected to herself enough to access her own desire. And if you and your partner are ready to go deeper into this, I've opened a waitlist for a live couples workshop. It's a virtual experience you can join from home where I'll guide you both through practices and perspectives you'll wish you had years ago. The link's in the show notes. All right, that's it for today. Don't let "I'm too tired" be the end of the story. Let it be the beginning of a whole new way of connecting. If this stirred something in you, share it, re-listen, let it land. And if you're ready to go deeper, you'll find everything at therespectedman.com. Coaching, courses, and now, what would Teresa say, your private AI coach for men. Remember, you don't have to shrink to be loved. You don't have to go numb to stay. Stay open, stay honest, and I'll catch you next time on Love Without Lies.